Well, I bet you're wondering why I'm standing in the kitchen holding a leaf rake. Well, we'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so if you've been away from your home for any length of time, or maybe you're just moving into a home that's been vacant for a while, you might find out that the garbage disposal isn't working. Today I want to show you a couple of quick tips you want to check before you call that very expensive plumber to come out and take a look at your problem. Okay, so we are under the sink, looking at the bottom of the garbage disposal. One of the first things you want to check is the circuit breaker for the disposal itself. It has a safety breaker right here. Typically it's red in color. And what you want to go ahead and do is just push that breaker and make sure that it's in. If you can't get it with your finger, you always want to find that magic safety item called the handy dandy buck knife. Always handy. And you can reach up in there with something with a point on it or anything and push that in just like that. All right, now before we leave this area, the second thing you need to do is locate, hopefully your home came with this cool tool right here. Most of the time they do. If it didn't, you can get it at Home Depot for a couple of bucks. And what you want to do is you want to put that in there and you want to fill the sink full of water. And while the water's running, spin this by hand. And what this is doing is manually rotating your garbage disposal, loosening up the blades inside that had dried up. Just like that. All right, so I know what you're thinking, but Jamie, where does the leaf rake come into play? So glad you asked that question. Let's say you don't have this handy dandy tool, you don't want to go to Home Depot, you want to save a couple of bucks, go buy a half a Starbucks drink with it, something like that. You can always take something with a stick on it, a broom. I just happen to have a rake, so I'm using a rake. And you do the same thing. You stick it down in here, you turn the water on, and you want to grab a hold of those blades and just turn them by hand. Revolution, just like that. Once you've done that and you've loosened it up and everything went the way it's supposed to, you should be able to hit the sink, hit a button, and voila, it's working. Have a great one.